Biden COVID advisor says U.S. lockdown of 4 to 6 weeks could control pandemic and revive the economy. Okay, go a little higher. Let's read this. Dr. Michael Osterholm, which, by the way, if you guys don't know who he is, he was the first guy that came out on Joe Rogan. He got like 20 million views. Coronavirus advisor to President-elect Joe Biden said a nationwide lockdown would help bring the virus under control in the U.S. He said the government could borrow enough money to pay for a package that would never cover lost income for individuals and government during a shutdown. We could really watch ourselves cruising into the vaccine availability in the first and second quarter of next year while bringing back the economy long before that. Go a little higher to see if there's anything else below. Go a little higher to see if okay, so 4 to 6 weeks. What do you think? 4 to 6 weeks, Adam, shutting it down. 4 to 6 weeks.
I mean, obviously we're trying to avoid another shutdown. That's something that's
what they're saying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes I'm going to play devil's advocate here. COVID is back. We've been saying that.
It's not been gone.
No, meaning it was going down over the summer. Boom, they've been saying it once the fall and the cooler weather happens, COVID's back. I mean, Trump's been saying we're rounding the curve all over the campaign. In my opinion, that swung a lot of voters being like, dude, what are you talking about? We're numbers are going up. What I assume they're thinking is sometimes you need to take 2 steps back in order to take 100 steps forward.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody wants a lockdown. Anyone who's like, yay, a lockdown, yay, more masks, yay, awesome, the economy. But this just comes down to numbers. If it's going to cost us more money and more stimulus to keep fighting this pandemic, and the numbers just don't justify, the ends don't justify the means, if we have to lock down for a month in order to be freaking free and clear of COVID.
So you're cool with that? You're cool with 4 to 6 week lockdown?
I'm not saying I'm cool with it. I'm saying if these are what experts, not talking heads like us over here, experts are saying, we might want to consider listening to experts on this. Obviously, our gut instincts are going to be like, another lockdown, oh my God. But if this is what it takes, we need to do something about this, because how much money is the pandemic costing us because our economy is not fully functional?
The answers are whatever the media decides to tell you that day. I love how people that voted for Biden tell us that COVID is back. How the hell do they know? Are they the doctors? How do we know this guy isn't a quack? All right. By the way, I'm embarrassed. He teaches at the University of Minnesota. I think it is the most harmful thing he could possibly say. I think it is dangerous. I think he should be disbarred. I think it's terrible what he said. Another lockdown would destroy this country. I mean, to an economic degree that I don't know if we'd be able to get out of it for a long time. And here's the other thing, too. Biden is a puppet. He will do what everybody tells him to. He's already been documented to say that he would shut down the country if science told him to, or if he was encouraged to. So can you read the tea leaves where this is going? It's headed in exactly that direction. And you know what? Do we really know COVID is back? Yeah, positive tests are back. Are people dying more? Is it a fatal disease?
Pull it up.
Are ICU units really that overwhelmed right now?
Apparently they are.
We don't know that. We don't know if the media's saying it. We don't know it's true.
Let's just take the hospital's word for it.
Don't go Texas. Go show all. And if you can make that bigger, Kai, be good.
Have you guys talked to doctors like in March, April, May
we did.
Are actually in?
We did. Go to.
It's not as bad.
Go to death. Yeah, go to death. So death is not up. Cases are up, Adam, if you think about it. So do me a favor. Put them side by side. Like put another page side by side so we can go to it. So go to another page and put the same exact search that you just put up. COVID cases. Just type in coronavirus cases. Yeah, there you go. Like that. And go to it. And then change from Texas to all. Show all. So look at that. So can you make this smaller and put it right next to the other one? Because I want to compare the two. Make it smaller and make the other one. Yeah, so go to COVID cases. So go to death. Because this is how you measure this. Like if the cases are up but death is down, it just means it's not as deadly, just so everybody knows. Yeah, go a little more left and then change it from cases to death on the left side. Yeah, so if you look at that, can you make that a little smaller, Kai, or no? Can you? Okay, just look. That's fine. That's fine the way it is. Okay, so if you look at this right here, this is what you see. So here it went up. Cases went up. So death. This is cases. Okay, cases went up. Death went up right at the beginning. We had no clue what we were doing. Then death went down June 13. Cases flattened. Okay, cases went up. We had one big day here. Then it's pretty much been flat, even though the cases have been going up. You don't see a spike going up. So you realize the more cases go up and death stays flat, you know what it's saying? It's not as deadly. That's what it says. I don't know if that makes sense or not. So if cases are going, look how bad. It's the worst it's ever been with cases, right? Look at over here. It's the worst it's been with cases, but death is flat. You know, so if this spikes, then that means the rate of how deadly it is deadly. But if cases are going up, it just means kids are going back to school. September, kids started going back to school. October, November, you know what? Kids are around each other. By the way, in my kids' school, they just shut down high school. High school has to go home because 3 kids got COVID. So they shut down the whole high school.
Yeah.
So they send the high school home in Texas. It's a private school. But everybody else is still going to school. But high school, because they're playing around, they're together, they're playing sports, whatever they're doing, they shut it down, right? So, but you know, the data doesn't show more people are dying. Data shows we're getting more cases.
I get it. My question, what I'm saying is this. What would you rather have? We don't shut down, GDP grows at, 2%, right?
Yeah.
We shut down for a month, GDP grows at 10%. What would you rather have?
That's not a realistic option.
That's not tell me.
Well, how's the GDP going to grow over a lockdown? I don't think that'd be like saying, would you like to have a shutdown for the country, but you're guaranteed to have a winning lottery ticket, or would you rather not have that?
Well, the GDP
lockdown's bad. No other way around it.
GDP in the second quarter went down 34%, right? It went back up 35% in Q3. My question is, if we lock down, but GDP is able to grow because they get a hold of this.
No. GDP doesn't grow if you lock down. GDP only grows if you send free money out. That's how it would grow.
Okay.
So we're going into more
Well, there's
going to
be another stimulus package.
It's not going to get approved if Senate is owned on the other side.
There's still going to be a stimulus package.
Not
just
the
the
kind
size
that you
of it.
think. Not the size.
It'll be at least $1 trillion.
Yeah, $800 million.
Be $1 trillion.
$800 billion. Yeah.
Okay. But all I'm saying is, if experts, not talking heads like us over here, are saying that a potential lockdown.
You're forgetting.
These are not.
Listen, just so you know, lockdown benefits me. Let me tell you selfishly. So a lockdown benefits me tremendously. More money in the stimulus benefits me tremendously in millions of ways. We had the biggest month in the history of the company when there was lockdown. Selfishly, it benefits me. But it crushes restaurants. It crushes small businesses. Do you know how hard? So let me give you a little bit more perspective. So you know when you start a business, how hard is it to keep a business running and flowing? You know how hard it is?
Very hard.
Very hard. You know what's even harder? When you go out of business and try to start another one. When your business goes out of business, what's your next move? What's the first thing you do when your business goes out of business? What's the first thing you got to do?
Try another one, I guess.
No, you get a job. You go get a job to save money because all your savings was in that business. So the only reason you went out of business is because you ran out of money. If you have money, you would have never ran out of business.
Yeah, but these businesses that are operating at 50% capacity.
Yeah.
Okay. Why, if they continue to operate at 50% capacity.
If you shut down, they're done.
Okay. Their margins are so thin
if
when they're
there's
100%
stimulus,
capacity.
not if there's PPP.
With stimulus, how much stimulus are you going to give them to stay in business?
If it's for a month. I've been
looking at office space left and right. You know what landlords have been saying? We're giving 25% discount for people that are struggling. 25%. They're not saying, hey, it's okay. It's 25%, 25%. The other business that took a big hit, his business didn't take a 25% hit. The other guy took an 80% hit. So you took an 80% hit on revenue and profits, but you're getting a 25% savings on the lease you got to pay. You're out of business, buddy. It's just basic stuff of paying bills.
What kind of business are they possibly doing at 50% capacity?
Because you're desperate. You need any kind of money to try to stay afloat, and you're trying to make your business stay live with your savings, your life savings, your 401k.
You're saying if there's 1 month of lockdown.
Yeah.
I'm posing a question here.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And they give you money. They're
not giving you enough money. $800 billion is nothing.
Well, you're saying $800 billion. They're saying it could be $1.5 trillion.
That's nothing.
To who, though? What do you mean?
To everybody. A lockdown is a horrible thing. How do you keep a business going on that?
If you
for 1 month here, guys. We're not talking about for 6 months.
Do you really believe shutting down the country is a good thing right now? I mean, literally?
Airlines got crushed. Good news we got. Vaccines coming out. Stocks went up. It's good. People are excited. Phenomenal. You want to shut down for 4 to 6 weeks? And by the way, you know how you shut down the economy for 90 days? You know how you shut down the economy for 90 days? Guess how you shut down the economy for 90 days? First, you convince people to agree to 4 to 6 weeks. That's how you shut down the economy for 90 days. Do you understand what I just said? Here's how you do it.
You're saying it's a slippery slope.
No, here's how you do it. You shut down the economy for 4 to 6 weeks, but the cases are still there. We need to go. We're almost there. Let's go 4 more weeks. Yeah. That's what they did last time.
No, Pat, that's exactly what's happening in
That's what they did last
California.
time.
That's what they
Buddy,
do
it's
every
a
single week and every
slippery
single
slope.
month, man.
I'm not saying we should do it.
I know
I'm
you're
just
not
saying
saying
if
that.
the numbers
I know what you're
support
playing
it.
No,
devil's
but we don't
advocate.
know
Playing
these
devil's
numbers.
advocate.
No,
Tom, you know who also doesn't know you? You're saying it so matter of
Yeah,
factly.
but I can't control myself when someone is advocating to shut the country down. It makes no sense.
I'm with you tremendously on not doing that. I think what needs to happen, look, when we're having a conversation about New York, what'd you say? You gave perspective. Your perspective was what? You wanted your grandma to die? Okay, you don't want your grandma to die if they come to Thanksgiving. So what did I say? I say, are you guys still going to have the gatherings? Maybe you don't invite your grandma. Maybe you go to the grandma, you check on them, and you leave, right? Maybe some people are not going to do that. So the grandma, like the other day, Tico was sick, okay? He had a flu, 100 degrees. He likes to sleep with his papa. I went, I said, you're not sleeping with papa tonight. He says, why not? I said, because your papa cannot get the fever. He says, okay, you're right. You know what he does? He goes upstairs. And you know what he does? He leaves his bed. Then he goes and sleeps by himself on another bed. You know why? He says, I don't want Dylan to get sick. Look at this freaking kid. He says, I don't want Dylan to get sick. Freaking Tico, man, the way he thinks. What I'm trying to tell you is people will think the right way to make the decision to not hurt their 85-year-old grandma or grandpa. People can do the right things. You don't have to shut down the economy when the rest of us are going to be okay working. Don't get me wrong. There's a big community in America that secretly would love another shutdown. I know them.
Who are those people?
Same people when the guy was giving me a haircut with Michael Rapatoni and one of the guys that was here saying, I'm making more money than ever because of the freaking stimulus. I'm loving life. I have more cash than ever before. And I said, wow, what a freaking shame that the economy is paying people that were not even making half this money. They're paying them twice the money they're making right now just because of stimulus. You know how many people are looking for a shutdown? Many people.
Well, 2/3 of people, as we established,
Many
were making more
people.
money during
Yeah.